Hello everyone, and thanks for joining me again. We're in Shrewsbury again, taking another driving test. This one resulted in a pass. They did make a mistake, however, on the driving test. They went the wrong way, but you'll be able to see it. It's one of the questions that I get as a driving instructor, I get asked quite a lot. What if I go wrong on the test? What happens? Will they fail me? Well, the answer's no. As long as you're doing it safely, you won't fail. But you'll be able to see it for yourself in a few minutes. Just simply watch the video. You'll be able to see it, and I'll point it out to you what happens. And I'll show you exactly how the candidate got out of it. And at the end, the examiner said it was a nice ride round. They had got 2 faults, and I'll explain them a bit later, but it resulted in a pass. So no worries. Anyway, so we've left the driving test centre and we're now on our way up to the first roundabout, and we're turning right, making sure that you've gone through that mirrors signal manoeuvre. Don't forget that all important left hand door mirror check. It's most important, checking that left hand door mirror. Hope that you all know exactly what to do if anyone is flying up the side of you on the left hand side. The driving test will last between 38-40 minutes. You'll get asked to do one manoeuvre. You'll get a tell me question at the beginning of the test, and then you'll get a show me as you're driving along. We'll just need to go through those. They're on my site actually, and they're on the government site. So straight ahead again. Always remember the importance of mirrors. What the examiner is looking for is always mirrors, mirrors, mirrors. I can't stress it enough all the time. Here, be careful, because the lorry here is parked right next, virtually to the roundabout. So as I know people, they come flying around that roundabout there, and you could meet someone. As it happens, no one is, but it's just something you need to be aware of. So we're turning right at this roundabout, so mirrors, signal, if you're clear, continue, and on your way, keeping tight to the centre of the roundabout. Good position on this one, that's good. Left hand door mirror check, indicate left, and away you go, and keep your eye on the mirrors as you pull away. See the national speed limit signs now either side. So there we go. It's just a matter of now just keeping up your speed. Coming up to the next roundabout very shortly. Again, we're going straight ahead at it. Mirrors though before you slow down. There's no signals to give just yet, not on the approach anyway, but you've just got to make sure that you're reducing speed, getting the correct gear in now, making sure that you're looking over to the right in plenty of time, making sure you're in the correct gear. Good positioning there. Do you see how we on the roundabout where we came into the left hand, so in other words we're following the profile and the shape of the roundabout round. We're not straight lining it like a lot of people do. And then of course we're going straight ahead. Again, mirrors before you accelerate away. You never know what might be overtaking you. It could be anything. It's a national speed limit down here. We're coming up to the next roundabout in very shortly, and they're going straight ahead up the A53 towards Newcastle. There it is, A53. This is one particular roundabout where you just need to be aware because the traffic comes flying around it. Give yourself time to have a look over to the right, making sure that you know where all the traffic's going. As soon as you've got a safe opportunity, then off you go with it. Okay, so we're safe and away we go. Again, keep it in lane, most important. Left hand door mirror check, indicate left, and away you go. I'm just got to be aware on this road, some of the side roads, people that are coming out, you've got to be aware of, because of the area, farm implements as well that are on this road. All sorts of things, can happen along here. As you can see, we're making quite good progress around here. That you just saw, that sign there, I don't know if you just noticed it, you might need to rewind the video and go back, but it said max speed 30. That is only advisory. That's only advising you to slow down because of the bend. It's not a speed limit, it's just advising you to slow down. It's along this road where the mistake has been made, but it's coming up very shortly, and I'll point it out to you in a moment. During the driving test, the examiner will not distract you in any way. They may just, when you're driving along at something like this, they may say something like, what would you be doing now if you weren't here? Well, where'd you work? Just that sort of thing. So small talk, really. Just try to ease you a little bit. Okay, so you'll get an instruction now. The candidate's got an instruction to take the next road on the right. So here's the crossroads, and it's the next road that's on the right. So where the problem is here is that we are going a little bit too fast up to it. And that's the road there on the right now that we should have taken. But just going a bit too fast. So there's the mistake. But not to worry. Don't worry about it. Okay, just keep yourself composed and just remember, focus on those mirrors. You've slowed down, it's time to speed back up. Now what's going to happen is, now if you're driving off the sat nav will then ask you to turn off, or it'll say something like turn around when possible. Well, all that's going to happen is now we're going to turn right. So we'll take in a moment the next road that's on the right. And then they're going to turn the car around. And that's all that's going to happen. This is not a failure point. Everyone's worried that it is. I mean, the candidate even that was on this actual driving test was petrified of the fact that they'd have failed because they've completely gone the wrong way. They think they've messed up. That's all you need to do is just turn it round. And that's all they're doing is just turning it round here. Just got to back it up. Turn it round. The thing to remember is, when you're doing stuff like this now, is that observations. When you're back in the car, look where you're going. Look through that back window. When it's safe, then back it up. See, the candidates look there, they've checked the car coming. So as they turn the wheel to the left, what will happen is the front end will swing out. You see how it's swinging out? So they didn't just panic and swing out. So that's good, that is. Notice how the car's going back quite slow, so it is under control. There's nothing wrong with that at all. That's just come round the corner, that has. And then again, just into first gear, away you go, and off you go. So at the end of the road, we're going to be turning left. That's to be going back to where we came from. So at the end of the road, turning left. Again, just slow down, keep composed, because the traffic along that road, as you notice, you know, they're flying along there. So just take your time with it. Make sure you're clear. When you're clear, then go. Okay, clear, so go. Before you make your left turn, always make sure that you are looking left. The reason is for that, there could be something, well, I don't know, it could be a stationary car or someone overtaking. This is why they always say don't overtake before a junction, or something could be emerging, and it's perfectly true. You see the amount of times happening where they're overtaking right before a junction, and I always think if anything's coming out of there and they're not looking left before they make the left turn, it's a head-on smash. So this is where we should have turned. It's just coming up now. It's just on the left-hand side. So this is where we should have turned, and we're just turning in there now. So there we are, down this little side road. And there we go. Okay, well, there's nothing going to happen much on this road, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to speed the video up a little bit, just to save time a little bit, really. There's nothing much on this road, really. It's just a matter of just, again, trying to think and anticipate what might be coming the other way. Well, no, there's nothing here, really, to show you, really. So just making good progress with it, and again being aware of the fact that you might get farm animals, farm implements, you know, cattle crossing, that sort of thing. You can never tell. You've got people walking, you've got all sorts along a road like this, so it's just a matter of just being aware of that. The more you practice, the better you become. Incidentally, if you do need to practice in a friend's car or your parents' car, you can get a car insured for about an hour if you wanted, or just a week or a day, whatever you wanted. I'll leave the link in the description. It's called Go Shorty, and it's quite a good service, really. You can get your car insured. You don't have to have the car insured for weeks on end, so that might help you. The other one, if you're buying a used car, you might want to consider getting it checked, especially in today's day and age. What I recommend is Car Vertical. Again, the link is in this description. Have a look at it. All you do is just put the car's registration number in. So if you're having a look at a used car at all, have a look at the registration number and just put it in. It's just worth just a few pounds just to get the car checked, making sure that there's no finance outstanding on it, because don't forget that if there is finance outstanding on it, I'm afraid that the finance company can legally take the car. So you don't want like anything like that happening to you at all, especially on your first car. It does make sure. Now there we did roll back a little bit. I don't know if you noticed it. We did roll back slightly. The art is not to roll back. Try to control the clutch if you can. If you can't, then what you've got to do is put the handbrake on. Slip the handbrake on so that stops the car from going backwards. I'm going to speed the video up again in a moment anyway, because again on this road there's very little on it. There's nothing much there. So you'll end up going to a roundabout in a few minutes anyway. But as I say, if you have a look at Car Vertical, the link is in the description and it's well worth doing. The examiner now did say to the candidate that going the wrong way does not necessarily mean a fail. It doesn't. So in other words, they could spot that the candidate was getting a little bit anxious. So they just reassure the candidate that you don't fail if you go in the wrong way. You only fail if you go in the correct way, but you did it incorrectly. You don't fail for going the wrong way, but you do it correctly. It's when you're doing it incorrectly is when you start failing. So just reducing the speed down again on the film. Now here, be careful, because there's a roundabout in front of you, and where the problem is now is that sometimes the traffic is built just round that bend there, so you could catch it now or even further back. So I don't think it's a long enough straight on that particular roundabout. It does build up a little bit, and at the roundabout we're going to go straight ahead. So left hand lane. This roundabout, the visibility on it is quite poor really, because you can't see on the other side of the roundabout. You see the signs that are there, you can see all the grass is all grown, it's just everywhere. And the traffic on it moves quite quickly as well. The other thing to notice on here as well, the candidate's not right up behind the car in front, which is good. You don't want to be right up behind the car in front of you. Try and keep your distance away from it. So again, looking over to the right, making sure that you're clear. Oh, he spotted an opportunity. Oh well, that's fair enough. We're away. Keeping into the left lane. And away we go. Okay, so back into the 30-mile-an-hour speed limit again now. So we're going straight ahead again. Mirrors again. Okay, another roundabout coming up. We're going left here. Going on to the sports centre. This will be where they'll get the reverse into a parking space. That's it, over the humps, round you go. So what the examiner will ask you to do is to park it up, whether it be forwards or reverse park. They'll leave it up to you which one that you choose. You choose whichever one that you want. There's plenty of space there. You can choose either left or you can choose either right. Please yourself. My advice is to you is pick the one on the right, because that's the easiest one, in my opinion anyway. But if you can just get as much practice as you can in doing things like this, so that then on the driving test, at least then you come off to a flying start and you're not having to worry about that. So the candidate's positioning the car up. Oh, I see what they're doing there. They're making it a little bit easier for themselves. They've just put it on a slight angle so that it'll go in a little bit better. Well, should do anyway. Let's have a look and see how they get on. The important thing is here now is, are you looking where you're going? Are you paying attention? Again, as you can see, the car's going back, and it's nicely under control. It's not going back in a series of jolts and jerks. It's moving back there quite steadily. Again, looking around you, being aware of things that are around you, and making sure that you are looking literally through that back window. If you're unsure, you can always open up the door and have a look. You can always do that. And if it needs adjusting, then just adjust it. You don't have to get permission, you just do it. That's all you do. If you wanted to, you could even get out and walk around the car and have a look at it. No one says that you can't. What they've done here, they're happy with that, and then they're driving off. So, you know, the candidates managed to do that one all right. Okay, back up to the roundabout, and we're going to be turning right. Round you go. Remember, mirror checks again, so that you're aware of what's happening at the back of you. Going left here, I believe. The car over there will have to give way to you. Mirrors again, so that you know what's happening at the back. You can keep your eye on the vehicle at the back of you. You can never tell what they're up to. Then we're going to go left. So remember, mirrors, then your signal. Anticipate what you may find round the corner. I mean, there you are, there's the car there. I mean, you've got to think about, well, what if something's coming the other way? And how to deal with it. That's what you've got to do. Okay, well, the examiner's asked them to pull up and stop on the left-hand side, somewhere safe, convenient. And then I'll ask them to move off again when safe to do so. So remembering mirrors, make sure you've cancelled the signal. If you've indicated left to stop, do remember, cancel that signal. Otherwise you'll leave the indicator running and move off, which of course then is an incorrect signal. You'll be indicating left to move off because you've forgotten to cancel it, but make sure that you have cancelled that signal. Okay, so they're asking them to do it again. There's a good reason for this. It's probably the emergency stop. That one there, they'll say go straight ahead, third exit. Okay, so we'll ask them to stop again. I thought then they would have done the emergency stop. Maybe this would be it, I don't know. We'll have a look in a few minutes anyway. Well, that's the third time they've asked them to stop on the left. Again, the importance, so always remember, mirrors first. Cancel that indication, make sure that's cancelled. Look over your right shoulder, it's most important. The amount of people that, you know, don't look over that blind spot, it's unbelievable. Okay, mirrors before you overtake that van. Again, mirrors again. You can never tell. You know, the thing could drive off, car door open. something coming the way, something you can never tell. The roads nowadays, they're full of hazards, full of them. Oh, going left here at the end of the road. So there, as they've turned left, they're turning left. I don't know if you noticed how they followed the shape of the road around. So as they've gone to turn left, they're following the actual shape of the road around. That's what they're doing. They're following the profile, and that's good. Get the car positioned correctly. So again, making sure you do look left before you go left. Now they'll be going straight on here at the traffic lights by the supermarket. Green lights, I always think, are the worst ones to approach on. You can never tell, so you got to be prepared to pull up and stop. Red lights are easy because you know the only thing it's going to change to is green. Okay, roundabout, we're going straight ahead, and that'll be towards the town centre, so you need to use the right hand lane. Mirrors, especially the interior mirror, a right hand door mirror. And then keep an in lane. Now the thing is, you can't see it yet, but there's a box junction on the other side of it. If it's clear, then by all means continue. If it isn't, just need to hold back. So your first exit's there. Second exit's coming up. Now at this point, check that left hand door mirror. Most important. And that's the lane that you need to be in. There's your box junction just here. At that left hand door mirror, you've got to make sure that you are checking that. Turning right, so mirrors into the right hand side. This particular road, all the traffic in front of you is stopped on the traffic lights. The traffic that's on the other side of the road has got to turn left. It can't go any other way. So back up onto the estate again. The traffic isn't all that heavy. Not on this one. It's not. Mind you, of course, all the kids are on holiday, aren't they? So, well, this time of the year, when this video was shot, certainly anyway. Again, being aware of the driveways, people pulling out. And then at this roundabout, turning right, so mirrors and signal. Making sure that you're clear. Selecting the correct gear. Making sure that you're ready to go. As soon as you're clear, off you go. Good response that was there, because as the pupil came up to the roundabout, they'd got the gear in straight away. They were ready to go, and then they gave way to the car that was coming from the right. As soon as the car went, they were able to move off straight away with no fuss whatsoever. That's good driving, that is. you've got the chicanes here now. Make sure that you are clear before you go through. Keep an eye on the mirrors. If you've got a fair sized gap, if the vehicle coming towards you is right down the bottom of the road, then by all means go through. Is the chicane again, so we have the priority over any other vehicle coming the other way. So that red car there has to give way to us. Hope you get some value from these videos. At least you can see where you go on a driving test. You can't exactly predict what's going to happen, because anything could happen. That's the point. You've always got to be on guard as to what's happening. Here's the double roundabouts. We're going straight ahead. It's the first one, and straight ahead at the second. You need to signal here, really. Indicate left. That's it. Indicator off and away you go. Another chicane. The mirrors, that's the important bit. Mirrors again, coming back in. Yeah, but I hope these videos do help you a little bit, because you can go over them and you can see some of the places where you might go. So we're going to go left at the end of the road. So the mirrors, the signal. Again, following the shape of the road round, keeping in. Notice how we're going round to the left. We're keeping in there, and that's good. That is there. We're slowing right down to virtually nothing. If you're clear, out you go, keeping the car tucked in on your side of the road. Again, the clues of the wheelie bin that's just out there. Some out there. There might be the bin man about. I don't know where the collection is on Shrewsbury, but if it's these sorts of things that you need to be aware of. It's just having a look and seeing what clues that you can pick up. Might be something, might be nothing. Oh, there's a traffic officer there with his speed gun there. And we're going to take the next road on the right. The road markings here are faded. So what you've got to do, you can't enter it yet because you can just about see it there. So you go in now. There you go, in there. Straighten it back up. Give way to the oncoming vehicle. Yeah, the road markings there, terrible, they are faded. Slight roll back on this one. Because that would end up being a fault. It won't fail, but it's just a fault. It's something that, whereby there could be something at the back, especially where people nowadays, they go that close to you. It's unbelievable. I'm getting you to pull up and stop again. And then at the roundabout, going left. So the mirrors, the signal, keeping well left. As long as you're clear, continue. That particular roundabout, it's not too bad because it's flat. You can see the traffic on the other side, so you've got you've got a little bit more information coming your way. And we're heading back to the driving test centre now. Last roundabout coming up. Turning right, mirrors, signal. Checking left hand door mirror again, indicate left. Away you go, turning left. Right, well, that's the end of it. That's the end of the test. going back onto the car park to the test centre now. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found it useful. Any comments or anything you want me to cover, just let me know. And thank you very much for watching.